Okay, so going back to my wireframe, I have this, it says literally everything and a video box. I have preset a library in Photoshop or in my Adobe suite that's called wireframes. And so I've pre-made some elements that I use a lot. And so I'm gonna go ahead and place the copy of that right there. And you know, there's nothing spectacular, it's just a box that shows me where video is supposed to be. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I didn't design the thumbnail that I want that video to be yet. And we could do that a little bit later, but I just want to show that there is going to be a video there. Make sure it's centered. One of the first things that I do before I go too far into this, because as you can see, I'm starting to build some layers here. I want to make sure that I keep everything organized, but I also want to make sure that I have some standard elements. And so it's really easy for me. I have a color palette already selected. It's the Butler color palette, but I also want to create some H tags and some typography. So here we'll put header 1, and typically I like my headers to be really big. So right now it's set to 65. Let's do like 70, let's do 76 points as a big H1. And then header 2, I'm using Pragmatica Bold. Probably have at least, we want some contrast in there. So either I'll have a much smaller font or a different font totally. And so like right now it's 76, might have like 64. Let's see what that looks like. It's not too big of a difference. And so you could also have contrast by changing the weight right there. That's a little bit better contrast. I'll go down to at least H3 and change this to 55. And this will be Lieber Baskerville. In fact, I might even go smaller than 55. We'll probably make this 45. And then our paragraph font, I want to fill it up with some lorem. And so I might go to Hipster Ipsum. Go to hipsum.com, get a couple paragraphs. Here we go. This will be my body text. Just copy and paste a couple of sentences here. Now it'll automatically, if you create a text box like that, it'll fill it up with lorem ipsum. I just think it's funnier to have hipster ipsum. And we'll keep our body font, Lieber Baskerville, and we'll change it to 22 points. And tighten up the line spacing, maybe a little bit more. I like a little bit of breathing room when I have my my typeset. So here we go. Here are some standard elements that I'm gonna pull from. So for my typography, and then the other set of standard elements I'll create is my color palette, which you can make squares, you can make circles, you can do whatever you want. For us, pretty simple. We go here to Butler Branding's color palette. We just change it there to our Butler yellow. This one we change to this black. And in fact, I'll usually like convert that to a smart object, change the layer title to color palette, and then I will group all this up, Control G, and call this assets. So now I have my little assets group that I could move around and use whenever, and I can pull from there. And so now that I have my my logo and my menu, I want to start grouping things off. And so I'll get those two elements, put those in a group, and call this menu area. And then this area right here is going to be called our hero section, right? It's our video. A couple things that I have preset here is the graphics that we're going to be using. I had Chris, our designer, design some updated graphics for the featured images on our products. And the other thing that I have is this little satisfaction guarantee emblem that I made. And then I think I wrote a couple words for here.